Dustin, before we talk about our main topic tonight, which is reacting to the divisional round in the NFL playoffs, we got some breaking news.
Ooh.
Start the show. Yeah, let's get some breaking news. Let's play that singer.
I think there's a specialness to the breaking news music. And
There
again, if you want to witness Ryan's dance moves live, watch us on YouTube. We appreciate you all, audio listeners, but every once in a while, you got to treat yourself to the visual accoutrements that is Ryan and I doing the show.
Treat yourself. All right. So here's the breaking news I promised. The National Baseball Hall of Fame, the baseball writers in their infinite wisdom have elected so far Ichiro Suzuki, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner to the class of 2025. To which I say, bravo.
Yeah. This is a good class, Ryan. When you told me that there were breaking news at the top of the show, I didn't know what it was going to be. I thought it would be football related, given we're in the flurry of coaching hires and interviews and that whole process. But This is a nice surprise. First of all, Ichiro, I have nothing but love for Ichiro. It was a joy to watch him play. He was an ageless wonder, and he kind of changed the game of baseball a little bit, brought it a little bit more global. He was one of the first players that came over, I would say, that panned out in a massive way. Absolutely. Ichiro's talent transcended baseball at any level. It was a pleasure to watch him hit. I think he's underrated defensive player as well. Very, very, very good. And I mean, CC's one of my guys. CC, I love CC, and I've rambled many times on this show. The respect I had for him after he did what he did for Milwaukee when he was traded there, and he knew he was going to be a free agent, and that team wasn't going anywhere that year. They barely made it into the playoffs, and CC pitched his arm off right before impending free agency. And the reports that came out of Milwaukee's locker room are just that he was nothing but a consummate professional, consummate teammate. And, you know, he's just a gamer, and I loved watching him pitch. He had the sideways turn hat, and also I still love when they asked him, he lost weight one off season, and they said, "What did you do different?" And he said, "I stopped eating Captain Crunch." That's the best. Okay. CC is the best. Now, Billy Wagner, also very good. I think the baseball writers, they got this one right. I know we disagree with them sometimes, but this is a good class so far. Your thoughts, Ryan?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Ichiro, I did the math. You saw me on my phone, the calculator. Ichiro, between Japan and Major League Baseball, 18 seasons in Major League Baseball with the Mariners, the New York Yankees. Fun fact, I saw his first home run as a Yankee back in 2012.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty cool. And the Miami Marlins.
That's right. I forgot about the Marlins.
Yes.
I forgot.
Yes, he played for the Marlins from 2015 to 2017. And he was still hitting the ball pretty good.
Ageless wonder, I tell you.
Ageless wonder. He hit, although he did hit 229 in 2015, which kind of brought his career average down just a skosh to 311. But in the meantime,
oh man, amber was the color of his energy. I'm sorry, it was right there. I had to do it.
311, right there you go. There you go. By the way, 311 originally from Nebraska, which is interestingly enough. I remember the conspiracy of people calling 311 part of the KKK. I'm like,
oh yeah.
No, 311 was I think 311 was the Nebraska state code for indecent exposure. If I remember correctly. But anyway, Ichiro, one of the I would say the best pure hitters. I mean, he spent his first 9 seasons in Japan, was 18 years old when he first started his professional career with the Oryx Blue Wave, now the Oryx Buffaloes, because they merged with the can't remember who they were before the Buffaloes. Trying to remember their name. Oh, Kontetsu Buffaloes, because they merged in the early 2000s because they were both going bankrupt. Two legendary teams, also known as the Hankyu Braves. Little known fact. Great.
Encyclopedia Britannica strikes again.
Yeah, right. Gaijin Baseball, great YouTube channel, by the way. That's why I got all my Japanese baseball. That's why I watched. That's why I want to include Mr. Baseball in our no ticket required.
Yeah,
because I watched Gaijin Baseball, but the history of Japanese baseball. It's really cool. But yeah, 4,367 hits between his time in Japan and Major League Baseball. 3,089 in Major League Baseball. CC Sabathia, aka the Black Ace, who is he was 2009 World Series champion, 2007 Cy Young Award winner, 6-time All-Star. Also, I believe the third left-handed pitcher to throw 3,000 strike. Yep, third left-handed pitcher, 3,000 strikeouts, 251 career wins, 21 wins in 2010. And Billy Wagner, one of the best relievers in, I think, in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Between his time with the Houston Astros, the New York Mets, the Philadelphia Phillies, the Boston Red Sox, and the Atlanta Braves. 1,096 strikeouts, 422 saves, 2.31 career ERA, and a WAR of 27.7. Yeah, absolutely outstanding. One of the most feared relievers in the 2000s and 2010s.
Yeah.
Legend reliever. I'm glad to see the relievers getting their due.
Yeah. Certain closer. I mean, you could and people bring up the example. I mean, John Smoltz, what he did as a reliever alone, unbelievable. And Ryan, you and I feel like I'm a little younger than you, just a touch younger than you, but I feel like both of us grew up. First of all, we were spoiled because we were Mariano Rivera. We got to witness his greatness for years.
Yes.
And the thing is, though, we also had Trevor Hoffman, another legendary closer. Billy Wagner was right up there. And the thing is, though, you never saw some of the stuff come out about him. Like, who was it? Who was it that was closing for the Dodgers for a while? And he was real dominant.
Oh,
Gagne. Yep. Gagne. Nothing like that was ever attached to Wagner, to my knowledge, or, and obviously Mo and Trevor Hoffman. But I feel like that was the era. And I'm sure there's some older baseball heads that are going to come out and tell us, well, you don't know about this guy or this guy. But Ryan, I feel like growing up in the late 90s and early 2000s, that was kind of the golden age. That's where the dominance of the closer really took shape, and you started to see like these specialist guys, and Billy Wagner was one of those guys. If you could get to the ninth inning, the game was pretty much over. Game was pretty much over, or even into the eighth, because this was another age where they'd let the closer pitch a little bit to get a save.
Yeah. And Dustin, take a guess of how many, including Billy Wagner, how many relievers are in the Baseball Hall of Fame?
I'm going to go with a 4.
Nope.
All right. I'm probably way off.
There are 9.
9. Okay.
You can count them on both hands. There are only 9 relievers in the Hall of Fame. But then again, I mean, reliever really wasn't a true position until around the 1970s. That's when he saw the reliever, that era, start to emerge with Goose Gossage, Bruce Sutter, some of these Raleigh Fingers, that legendary mustache.
Yeah, that mustache was something to behold. I'll tell you that.
Jeff Reardon, all those guys in the 70s and 80s who were, those were the guys who kind of were the foundation of what the reliever is today. And Mariano Rivera, right now, I believe he has one of the most unbreakable records in sports. 652 career saves. Now, he and Trevor Hoffman both are the only two to have over 600 saves lifetime.
Yeah.
The next closest is Lee Smith, who was inducted the same year as Mariano Rivera with 478.
It's crazy. And I'm starting to think, and it's funny that we bring up CC, great number of wins, 251 career wins. But I really do believe that with the way pitching has changed in baseball, the era of somebody getting 300 career wins, that won't happen anymore.
No,
that won't happen anymore. That's
CC
gone.
CC Sabathia has 251. I think 200 to 250 now is the benchmark.
Yeah.
4 wins in this, at least in this era.
I would say so. And CC also one of the last, I don't want to say last because I think I speak with too much hyperbole sometimes, but he was one of those guys that he was going to try to take the ball late into the games. He would want to stay out there and close out a game because that with the concerns about arm safety and the increase in Tommy John surgeries and all that, that's another era that I think is done pretty much. I could see where the benchmark for a quality start is reduced simply because they don't leave the starters in there the way that they are, the way that they were in previous eras. But we may get into a little bit of baseball talk later in the show. Spoilers, but it's funny that we get to break baseball at the top of the hour.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. I saw as soon as I saw the fact that the National Baseball Hall of Fame came out with their 3 players who were going to be inducted to the Hall of Fame. I texted my nephew right away. My nephew Christian, CJ Beast.
Yeah.
Now he's the fire beast because he's a fireman. I texted him right away. I said, Ichiro, CC Sabathia, and Billy Wagner. I said, well, actually, initially I said, CC Sabathia, you are a Hall of Famer. You are welcome to Cooperstown. And he said, well deserved so far. Then I said, and Ichiro and Billy Wagner. He says, and I think he knew Ichiro had gotten inducted. He also said Billy Wagner well deserved as well. So yeah, I mean, all 3 guys definitely deserving. Yeah. Billy Wagner, 8th all time in saves. Ichiro over 3,000 hits in his career. CC Sabathia, the third left-handed. He's only one of 3 left-handed starting pitchers all time with over 3,000 strikeouts. He's definitely first ballot. And all these guys are I believe all these guys are first ballots.
Oh, wow.
CC's a first ballot. Let's just do a quick research.
A little real-time research, everybody. And that's the thing. We got some comments rolling in. Wonko the Saint says, "Sorry, all. I don't do baseball till September. We'll forgive you, Wonko. We forgive you for that one." And Uncle Al chiming in, CC, a gamer if there ever was one. Uncle Al and I have had many, many conversations, if you can believe it, extolling the virtues of CC Sabathia.
Yeah. So I double checked. Ichiro is a first ballot Hall of Famer. CC Sabathia is a first ballot Hall of Famer. Billy Wagner, this was his 10th and final appearance on the ballot. We seriously, okay. Again, I talked about this ad nauseum on this podcast that the Baseball Writers Association of America, they need to reform their balloting process for the Hall of Fame. Have to do it. Because this is ridiculous. Like Billy Wagner had to wait till his 10th and final time to get into the Hall of Fame. And
he should have been in well before this. Yeah,
and Julie makes a great point. Still no call for Lou Whitaker. Shaking my head. I think he should get in as a legacy vote. I mean, this I don't like the pettiness of the Baseball Writers Association of America. I don't like it at all. Because he was mean. The beat writers like, he was mean to me in the pressers. He was so mean to me in the locker room when he was interviewing me. Give me a break. The stats are what the stats are.
Well, and it's also to bring it over to football for a second. You think the fact that Bill Belichick was always less than polite to some of the reporters is going to get into his Hall of Fame status one day? No.
Oh, I can't wait till the college beat writers get a hold of him. It's going to be fun.